last time. Yesterday we looked at some questions under trigonometry. In particular, we look at angle of depression. Okay, this time around we want to look at some questions that are under triangles but are not right angle triangle. Okay, so that is what we're going to be looking at today. So at the end of today's class, each student must be able to apply sine rule to solve problems that are not right angle triangle. Okay, so we are going to focus more on sine rule. Okay, so before we commence the class, I want you to invite your friends, tell them the class has started, and I also want to encourage those that are just joining this class for the first time. Ensure you subscribe to this channel, and don't forget, if you love this class, remember to give a thumb to this video. Okay, so now let's quickly invite our friends, our classmates, and we should also get our writing materials ready. Okay, so we are going to start in the next few seconds. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're all welcome to class. I can see the scores, and I think I can see like 3 people available here. Yes, I can also see Joseph. You are welcome to class. I can also see Pamela. You are welcome to class. Okay. So now we wait for others. Okay. So I think we still have like 3. Okay, Uba now. Uba is here now. Okay, Uba, you're welcome to class. All right, let's remember to invite our friends, our classmates. All right, okay, Bolan, you're welcome to class. I can also see Pamela is also in the class. All right, because of our time, let's swing into action. All right, so just like I said earlier, so we are going to be looking at another special part of triangles, how we solve triangles that are not right angle triangles. So far we have been looking at problems that involve right angle triangles. So whenever you are given questions that is not a right angle triangle, so you'll be making use of some certain rules, which we are going to be looking at today. So we have the sine rule and the cosine rule. Okay, so we are starting with the sine rule. So I'm going to write the rule here for us. If you have a triangle of this form, of angle ABC, right? So this side, which is opposite to angle A, is what we call side A. Now this is angle B. So opposite side to angle B is called side B. And this side, which is opposite to angle C, is called side C. So now sine rule states that sine A, that is sine of angle A over side A, equals to sine B over side B, equals to sine C over side C. Okay, so this is the rule. So we are going to be applying this now to solve problems. All right, so now when are we to use these rules? Now for me to use sine rules, I must be able to show you a side and its angle, or an angle and its sides, whichever way. To use sine rule, I must be able to show you an angle and its sides. That is, I must be given angle, e.g. maybe angle A and side A. So once I have that one, then I can find other sides or angle. Okay, so now let us look at the problem we have here. Now in triangle ABC, angle B is 39 degrees, angle C is 82 degrees, and the side A is 6.73 centimeter. We have to find side C. Now let's draw the diagram. We have triangle ABC. Okay. So now in the question we are given angle B to be 39 degrees. And also angle C to be 82 degrees. We are also given side A. Side A is 6.73 centimeter. So we have to find side C. Now this is angle C, so this place is going to be side C. Now the side that is opposite to angle C is what we call side C. So how do we get this? Now I said earlier that if I must use sine rule, I must be able to show you an angle and its side. An angle and its side. So now let's look at it now. I have an angle B, no side. I have angle C, no side. Now I have side A, no angle. So what are we going to do in this case now? The first thing is to find a way, since I already have one side. So now let me get this angle here, right? I have to get this one before I now begin to use sine rule. So how do I get this angle here? Now there is a theorem we are going to use. Now sum of angle in a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Once we add the angles in a triangle, everything must add up to 180. That is the theorem we are going to be making use here. So now we can simply write angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, so in the diagram, we can see angle A, we can see angle B, sorry, to be 39 degrees, angle C to be 82 degrees. So let's plug that into this equation. So we have angle A plus angle B, which is 39 degrees, plus angle C, which is 82 degrees, equals to 180 degrees. All right. So what is the next thing? The next thing is to add this and this together. So what do you have when you add it together? You have 121 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Okay. So now this plus here. Now, so the next thing is to subtract 121 from both sides. So we have angle A equals to 180 degrees minus 121 degrees. So angle A is now what? So that is going to give us 59 degrees. Okay, I want to believe we all understand that. So now I can show you an angle and its side. So now, so the law I'm going to be making use of is now sine A over small a. Now look at it. You are looking for side C. So I'll be making use of sine C over C. So this is going to be sine C over C. So I won't use sine B over B because I don't have any business with sine B, side B rather. So I don't have any business with B. I'm not to find side B. So I want to get sine C. I'm going to make use of sine C over sine B. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, good. So let's plug in the values into this equation. So we have sine 59 degrees over, now what is sine side A? Side A is 6.73 and that is equals to sine C. What is C? Angle C is 82. We have 82 over small c. Okay, so here you can cross multiply. So we have C sine 59 degrees equals to 6.73 sine 82. Okay, here you can divide both sides by sine 59. So we have C equals to 6.73 sine 82 over sine 59. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have C equals to 6.73 sine 82. Now, can you help me with that? What is the value for sine 82? So, check that in your four-figure table and tell me what you have as your sine 82. So, let's do that together. So, or you make use of your calculator. Drop your answer in the comment section. Let's see what we have as sine 82. So, what do you have as sine 82? Yes, anyone? Sine 82 is what? Is there anyone with the answer? Okay. All right. Okay. Scott have dropped an answer. We have 0.9902. Okay. Is there anyone with another? Okay. Familiar is 0.9903. Okay. I want others to get their four-figure table close because we are going to be making use of that. All right. I can see Opeyemi here. 0.9902. Okay. All right. So now let's work with that. So if you check your four-figure table, you have 0.9903. So that's what you have there all over. Now, what is sine 59? Sine 59. Now, can you do that and also drop that? Sine 59. Sine 59. Make sure you have your four-figure table close to you. Yes, sine 59. What do you have? Sine 59. If you don't have your four-figure table, you can make use of your calculator. Yes, anyone? Okay, where's your result? Scott, Mope, Yemi, Familiarin, and others. Okay, sine 59. Okay, I can see Gola on. Okay, yes, you are still in sine 82. Now sine 59. Yes, what do you have? Okay, Scott have dropped an answer 0.8571. Okay, all right, familiar is 0.8572. Okay, I can see Opeyemi is 0.8572. All right, Scott. Yes. Now the correct answer, if you check your four-figure table and also if you use your calculator, you're supposed to have 0.8572. So that is what you're supposed to have. All right. So now let us evaluate this. We have C equals to. All right. So let's multiply. Now, before I finish, I want you to quickly compute this and tell me what the answer is going to be before I finish here. 6.73 times 0.9903 all divided by 0.8572. Okay, so let's see, what do you have as your answer? You have, I have 7.77 centimeter. Is it the same thing with what you have there? Okay, so if you got that, that is good. So this is the answer to the problem. So we have to find side C. Side C is 7.77 centimeter. Okay. All right. So let's look at another question. Let's look at another question. So before we do that, if you are just joining this platform for the first time, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. All right, and also don't forget to give a thumb to the class, give a like to the class. All right, okay, so let's move to the next question here. All right, can we see the problem here now? So you have to find the remaining angles of triangle ABC in which we have side 12.5 centimeter, side 17.7 centimeter, and angle 116 degrees. So now the first thing is to sketch the diagram. Let's sketch the diagram. So we have it this way. Okay, this is this um let's call this side angle C, okay, because this is the biggest angle here. So we have 17.7 centimeter. Okay, let this be A, let this be A, and this B. All right, we are given side. This is 12.5 centimeter. Okay, I think that's all now. This angle here is 116 degrees. Now look at what we have here. So you have to find the remaining angle. So we want to get angle B and angle A. So how do we go about it? So we cannot use sum of angles in a triangle now because we have two unknown angles. So now what we need to do now is just to get one of the angles. Okay, so now the best thing is to get angle A. So let's get angle A so that we're able to get B. So what is angle A now? So let's look at the formula. So what formula are we going to use now? So we're making use of sine C over small c, sine C over small c, because this one is given angle C and side C. So I'm going to start with that. Side C over small c. Angle C is given and side C is given. So I'll be making use of that. Now I want to get angle A. So I'll be looking at sine A over side A. So this is going to be equal to sine A over small a. I want to believe you all understand this. So now let's connect that. Let's plug in these values. So we have sine C, sine 116 over 17.7. That is the side C, equals to sine A. What is angle A? That's what we're looking for, over now side A. That's 12.5. I hope you get that. So now what do we do next? We cross multiply. So we have 17.7 sine A equals to 12.5 sine 116. So the next thing is to make sine A the subject of the formula. All right, so we have sine A equals to 12.5 sine 116 degrees over 17.7. Okay, so now if I'm making use of the calculator, so I have to subtract this from 180 because I can't check sine 116 direct in my four-figure table. So what do we do here? So we have it as 12.5 sine. So you remove this from 180. So what do you have? You have 64. Okay, over 17.7. Now you see, once you punch your calculator, for those of you using calculator, sine 116 is the same thing as sine 64. All right, so how did I get this 64? Take away 116 from 180. So you have this. Okay, so now what do we have now? So this now gives us 12.5 times sine 64. So what is sine 64? Can you check that in your four-figure table or you make use of your calculator? Sine 64 is what? Get your answer and drop in the comment section. What do we have? Okay, I can see someone. Okay, David said, I don't understand which area. Okay, yes. Okay, so I can see Bolaon's results. Sine 64 is 0.8988. Yes. Scott 0.8988. Yes. Another person. Okay, I can see familiar results. Motorayo, you're welcome. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, let's look at it. Now, if you punch your calculator correctly, we have 0.8988. 8988. But if you make use of your four-figure table, just check under sign of angles. So you just check 64 under 0. So this is what you have. So everything all over 17.7. Okay. All right. Now let's multiply the numerator. So we have 12.5 times 0.8988. So what do you have? You have 11.235 over 17.7. Okay, so now can we divide now? Let's divide that with by 17.7. So when you divide that, what do you have? You have 0.6347. Okay, so now that is what we have. So you have sine A equals to 0.6347. Now the next thing is to find the arc sine of this. Can you check that and drop your answer in the comment section so that we get this angle here? You know, when sign comes here, becomes arc sign. So now how do you do that in your calculator? Just press shift, you press shift and press sign, and you enter the numbers we have here, or the number we have here, that's 0.6347. Okay, so let's see, what do you have? What do you have as your answer? Yes, what do you have? Okay, I can see Gbolahan. That's 39.4. 39.4. Another person. Okay, okay, Riscott 39.4. Yes. Motorayo, where is your results? Pamilerin and others. Yes. Okay, so yes. Okay, I can see Pamilerin's result now. That is 39.4, which happened to be the correct answer. So angle A is 39.40, which is the same thing as 39.4. Okay, so this is the answer. Now, that is angle A. So we have gotten angle A to be 39.4 degrees. So now the question now is to find the third angle. So because we have to find all the angles. So we have gotten the first one. Now let's get the third one. So now how do we get the third one? We know the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So now let's write angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. Equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so angle A is 39.4 plus angle B, that's what we are looking for, plus angle C. Angle C is 116 equals to 180. Now, can we join this and this together? That's 55.4 plus plus B. Okay, it is equals to 180. All right, I hope the addition is correct. Yes, now let's move this one to this side. Okay, so we have B, angle B equals to 180 degrees minus 155.4. All right, so what do we have? We have angle B. So what's going to be the answer? Yes, what is going to be the answer? What's angle B? I want you to give me the answer. Everybody should be able to do this now. So everyone should be able to do this. Yes, 180 minus 155.4. Okay. Yes, I can see Riscott. Yes, I see Pamela. I want everybody to participate. So you must be doing something. All right. So 24.6, 24.6. Yes, where is Motorayo's results? Yes. And okay, I think I still have David here. Okay. All right. So yes. So the answer is 24.6. 24.6. That's the correct answer. 24.60. So this the answer. So now we have gotten the angles A and angle B. All right. So now let's move down to another wonderful question. Let's see how do we solve this type of problem. A man walks due west for 4 kilometers. It then changes course. Okay, so that is the question on the board. A man walks due west for 4 kilometers. He then changes direction and walks on a bearing of 197 degrees until he is southwest of his starting point. How far is he from his starting point? Okay, I want to believe everyone can hear me. Can you all see the board? Can you see the question? Can we all see the board? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Okay. So yes, I can see a response. So now let's look at the question. Now, a man walks due west. Now, if a man is standing here, okay, he walks due west. This is your north, this is your east, your west, and south. So if the man walks due west, so that means he's going to be moving on this line here. So he walks due west. Okay. For how many kilometers? That is 4 kilometers. So for 4 kilometers. Now, he then changes direction. He changes direction. He stops moving on this west direction and walks on a bearing of 197 degrees. So now bearing starts from the North Pole. The North Pole. So you just read 197 from the North Pole. Now moving from north to east, but I've covered 90 degrees. From east to south, that's another 90, making how many? Making 180. All right, and it's going to 197. So we are left with just 17 degrees. So it's going to move a little bit to the front like this. So it will be like this. So now the angle here now is 197 degrees. So look at it. If you have your north, your east, your west, and south, as your south, sorry, and your west here. So now, if you move from north to west, it's 90 degrees. From east to south is also 90 degrees. From south to west is 90 degrees. Now, this person starts from the north, 90, move down 180. Now, it's going to 197. So that means it needs to move after 180, it needs to move like 17 degrees more to get to 197. So we have it, and that is what we have here. So that means we have a small angle here. The small angle here is what? Is 17 degrees. Okay, so it now works after changing direction. It works on this bearing until he is southeast of his starting point. Southeast, west rather, southwest. This is west, this is south. So it's now here. So southwest of it. So we can draw it down this way. Okay, so the man is now here. All right. So how far is he from his starting point? So this is the starting point. Let's say the starting point is A. Now he moved 4 kilometers. Let's put the 4 kilometers here. 4 kilometers. And let's call this place B. Now change his course and get to this place. Let's call this place point C. Now the question is, what is the distance between A and C? All right, this is what we want to get. All right, the first thing is to find a way of getting the angles here. Now see, now the angle here, because this thing is moving due west, so it means this is going to be 90. From here, from this east to this south is 90. So we have 17 here. So the total angle that will be here is going to be 90 degrees plus 17 degrees. And that gives you 107 degrees. That's the angle we have there. Okay. Another thing we need to know, now look here. Now the angle here is 45 degrees. Now, why is it 45? Because the question says he is now in a position in such a way that he is at the southwest of his starting point. So once it's at southwest of the starting point, that means this place will be 45. This place will also be 45. So the angle here is 45. All right. So now the next thing is to get this angle. We need to get this small angle because my objective is to show you an angle and its side. So I can see a side, so I need an angle. So what I'm going to do now is I will add all the angles together and equate it to 180, sum of angle in a triangle. So I have let's say angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. So angle A is 45 degrees plus angle B, that is 107 plus angle C, and that's what we are looking for, 180 degrees. Hope you can see that. So let's join these together. This is going to give you 152 degrees. Okay, so plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. So angle C will be 180 degrees minus 152 degrees. We have angle C equals to 28 degrees. Okay, so that means the angle here is 28 degrees. All right. So now the question wants us to get this distance AC. So how do we get distance AC? So I'll be making use of the sine rule to do that. So let's do that here. So we have sine. Show me an angle and its side. I can show you angle C and side C. This is angle C and side C. So I have sine C and side C. Sine C and side C equals to, I'm actually looking for side B. I'm looking for side B. So I have sine B over small b. Now, so let's plug in the values. Let's plug in the values. So we have sine C. What is angle C? Angle C is 28 over small c. Side C is 4 equals to sine B. What is angle B? Angle B is 107 over side B. Now let's call it small b. So we have it this way. So we can cross multiply. We have B sine 28 equals to 4 sine 107 degrees. So I have B to be equals to 4 sine. Now say this. If I'm going to be making use of my four-figure table, I have to take 107 from 180. Okay, because I can't check 107 direct on my four-figure table. So once you take it from 180, so you have 73 degrees. Everything all over sine 28. Okay, so we have B equals to 4 times. Okay, can you quickly do this for me? So what do we have? Check your four-figure table or your calculator. What is sine 73? So drop your answer in the comment section. Let's see. What do you have as sine 73? Yes, anyone? Yes, what is sine 73? Sine 73. Sine 73. Okay, I can see this cut. We have 0.9563. 9563, yes. Any other person? Any other person? 0.9563. 9563, okay. Yes, I can see David. Okay. 9563. Okay, good. Right now. So here I have 0.9563. That is what I have here. So everything all over sine 28. Sine 28. So what do you have as sine 28? Drop your answer and let's see, maybe it's the same thing with what I'm going to have here. Sine 28. Sine 28. So if you do it correctly, you're supposed to have 0.4695. Yeah, so that's what we have there. So now let's multiply the numerator. That's 4 times 9, 0.9563. Okay, and that gives us 3.8252. Everything all over is 0.4695. So, and that will be what? When you divide it by 0.4695. So you'll be having 8.15 kilometers. 8.15 kilometers. So this is going to be the answer to the problem. and that is the distance of the man from a starting point. All right, okay, so I want to believe we all enjoyed the class today. So we are going to be stopping here. Tomorrow is another time. We are going to be looking at some questions still under sine rule. So immediately after that, we'll move down to cosine rule. So we are going to look at several questions. Okay, so which is going to be exam focused. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if today is your first time watching us, ensure you subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to give a thumb to the class. All right, thank you and bye bye. Okay, I think I need to answer Motunrayo. All right, no problem. I'm going to take a class under set theory. So very soon I'm going to take a class under set theory. But let's finish this first. Okay, I've taken note of that. Thank you.